All right, here we go. Now we're trying to tell the difference between linear and exponential growth. Linear is y equals mx plus b, that's that equation. And it's a straight line, exponential. So y equals a times b raised to the x. And it looks exponential, a curve that increases or decreases very quickly. For each situation below, state the starting value and find the multiplier. So the starting value is how much you start with. So my starting value is 10,000. Whereas if I find the multiplier would be an increasing of 9%. So that means 100% plus 9% is 109%. As a multiplier, you just divide by 100. Percent means per 100. So if I divide that by 100, I get 1.09. Or a lot of people just say, oh, the decimal moved over to the left. Here's my starting value. It's decreasing by 12%. So that's 100% minus 12% gives me 88%. That's not my multiplier. That's per 100. That's 88 over 100, which is 0.88. Or you divide it by 100, and that will give you this. There's my initial value, my starting value. Appreciating is a fancy word for increasing. And it's increasing by 5.3%. So you add that to 100, that's 105.3%. And as a multiplier, you move the decimal 2 spots, that's 1.053 is your multiplier. A car is worth 30,000. It's depreciating. So you have to take 7 and subtract it from 100. Starting value. Tax rate means it's increasing, so you're adding this to 100 and then you're moving it. That's a quick little review. When you add or subtract the same amount, the growth is linear or arithmetic. So a tree grows 6 inches each year. 6 inches each year, that tells you my slope is 6. Currently, the tree is 5 feet tall. 5 feet tall. This is in inches, so I'm going to use the 60 inches to write my equation. Find the equation. Well, I know it's linear, so it's y equals mx plus b. Y equals my slope, 6x plus 60 is now my inches. So there's my y-intercept, there's my slope. How tall will the tree be in 8 years? 8 years. Years is x. So I plug it in for x. So I go 6 times 8 plus 60 equals, let's see, 108? 108 inches. When will the tree be 20 feet tall? Oh man, that's its height. So is that my x or my y? It's my y. So 20 feet tall. It's in feet. 12 times that is 240 inches equals 6x plus 60. So the first thing I would do is subtract 60 from both sides. Minus 60, 180 equals 6x. Divide, and I get x equals 30. 30 years. That's going to be a while. Not going to see that happen. When you increase or decrease by a percentage, the growth is exponential. So if you're seeing a percentage, it's changing by a percentage, then it's going to be exponential. The number of rats in my barn is increasing by 5% each month. 5% each month. Currently, I have 20 rats in my barn. Well, I have an initial value, and we're just going to be in the form of y equals a times b raised to the x. That x is going to be smaller at the top, it's an exponent. So my initial value is 20. And I need my multiplier. My multiplier. How do I find my multiplier? You take that increase of 5% and add it to 100%. 100% plus 5% equals 105%. As a decimal, that's 1.05. Just put that decimal over 2 spots. Or divide by 100, works both ways. 1.05. How many rats will there be in 1 year? 1 year. So do I plug 1 in for the x, because that's the years? Oh no, it's months. How many months are in a year? 12. 1.05 raised to the 12. Now I got to type that on my calculator. Make sure everybody can type it on their calculator. So I've got on, I got 20 times 1.05, and that's my key. That raises it. Raised to the 12th. Now, your key may be a x raised y. That would also work, okay? So you need to type it in until you can get that number on your calculator. Y equals 36 rats. Because you just round to the nearest one. Go lucky rats. Use guess and check to see how long it'll take to have 100 rats. Oh, that's 100 equals 20 times 1.05 raised to the something. What does that have to be? You could divide by 20 on each side. So that would give you what, 5? 1.05. But then you have to guess and check, because you don't know how to undo an exponent like that. So you'd have to guess and check. So you can either guess and check up here, or you can just guess and check down here. They'll be the same. I'm going to do the top one because that's what most of you are going to do all the time. And I already have it in my computer here. See, on mine, I can go second entry, and I get the last one back. And I can just go over here and go, oh, this one has got me to 36 rats, so I got to go more than that. 22. I got to go higher than that. Let's see. I'm going to go about 32. Ooh, that's really close. I'm going to go 33. Boom, there it is. 33 what? 33 months? Let's see, double check months. 33 months. I will have 100 rats in my barn. All right, so you're going to go through the rest of this, and you're going to decide, is it a exponential or is it linear? So right here, how's it changing? Each week she takes out 40 bucks. That's the same amount every month. So that tells me it's linear. Collecting 12 cards each week, that's the same amount. Ooh, here's a percent. So that tells me it's going to be doing what? It's exponential. Decreasing means that's going to be a smaller than 1 as my multiplier. All right, here's a percent, so it's going to be exponential. Make sure you decide before you do each problem. And do one and check it. Do one and check it. Don't just do it and never check. It's useless. Useless unless you check to make sure you did it right.